Hi, it's me again, and yeah, I've been back on Mumsnet. No, it's not that I use Mumsnet, I promise, I don't. It's just I've got a Google Alert thing for the TV licence fee and stuff like that. And this one popped up, and it's gone crazy on there. I've had it bookmarked for a day, and there's like 5 pages of replies on the thing. So I thought we could have a little look at it, read a few of the comments just at random. I haven't really read them, I've just skimmed it. We'll just pick a few at random and have a bit of a chat about how normal people in the normal world, not weirdos like us over here on YouTube, think about the licence fee. So this was the original post. BBC licence fee, do you pay it? And as you can see, look, it's had 101 replies already. Crazy. We were out with friends and their kids, spelt wrong, last night. Kids are late teens and early 20s. Our friends were saying how they don't pay their licence fee anymore. Good for them. Proud of your friends. They rarely watch live TV and stream everything. The kids were saying they never watch live TV at all. I know a few kids. I've got a few kids in the family. Not one of them watches live TV. That's like my niece has just moved into her first place. She's not paying the licence fee because, you know, it's my niece, isn't it? And she hasn't watched live TV in yonks. We occasionally, once every few weeks, watch the news, but it got me thinking that we don't actually watch much live TV either. Very tempted to cancel my direct debit, but I've got the typical fear of the van roaming the streets and knocking on the door. Who else no longer pays it? So yeah, this is typical of just normal people, isn't it? I mean, we're quite educated in it. If you're watching this channel, you probably know a fair chunk about it and you think about it. But normal people who I talk to, this is what they think. If we cancel it, we're going to have the van parked outside our house, embarrassing us with TV detector written on the side of it. Are they going to be knocking on the door every day, demanding money? Can we legally not pay it? One thing I've always said, and one of my main videos on here, if you go and have a look for it, it's on the main bit of the channel, is I reckon you can watch 90% of the stuff you'd watch anyway without paying the licence fee. It all depends on how much BBC stuff you watched, obviously. But I mean, it says here, we rarely watch live TV and stream everything. We occasionally, once every few weeks, watch the news. We don't need to pay the licence fee just to once every few weeks watch the news. Just watch the news in a different way. Instead of it being live, just watch the 10 o'clock news on ITVX. It's on there pretty much just after the fact. So you're only going to be like half an hour behind everybody else, and you've just watched the same news without paying 159 quid a year. BBC News put clips on all day long of everything you need to know. Why do you need to know it from BBC News? Different debate. On their YouTube channel all day long, or on the BBC News app, which you can use without having a TV licence, as long as you don't hit the watch live news bit. This is just how normal people think, and it's a normal way to think about it. So let's have a look at a few of the replies, see if anyone's educated or if everyone else is crapping themselves. And the other thing to mention here is very tempted to cancel my direct debit. If you pay by direct debit, as you know, you probably pay in advance. So don't just cancel the direct debit. Give them a call first, because you're probably due a refund. And they will tell you, don't cancel the direct debit, we'll take care of it all on the phone, and that's how we'll give you a refund. Yeah, still cancel the direct debit after you've called them, because they have a lot of admin errors and may continue to keep charging you. And good luck getting that money back. So yeah, anyway, let's have a look at a few of these. Let's skim a few. We don't, as no TV. However, if I don't know what DC means, visit and use iPads to watch iPlayer in our home, then technically we are supposed to have a licence. I don't intend to start policing my guests' viewing habits, though. Well, that's not true, is it? If they have a licence at their home address and they're watching iPlayer on an iPad in your house, doesn't matter. As long as they're not plugged into the mains, they can watch that. You still don't need a TV licence. This is the problem. It's so confusing, and TV licensing like to keep it confusing, because the more confusing it is, the more people will pay the licence fee out of fear. And fear is their main selling tactic, not on the quality of programming that you get, because there isn't any. We pay it, love the BBC website, iPlayer and BBC Sounds. Agreed, I think the licence fee is well worth it. I do watch live TV as well as catch-up radio sounds. I have always said it, that if you use the BBC and you enjoy BBC content, pay the licence fee. I've always said that. I've never said, ever, don't pay it, but continue watching what you want. I've never said that. If you enjoy the BBC, you want to access that service, pay for the service. I don't need to. But one thing here, BBC website and BBC Sounds, you don't require a television licence for. So you won't miss out on that. Although you can't watch BBC stuff on iPlayer. But yeah, I mean, this person here watches live TV as well as catch-up radio sounds. You're getting, probably, maybe getting your value out of it, I don't know. But if you're happy to pay it, that's fine. By the way, we had one visit to check if we had a TV in 15 years. I was more naive then. I opened the door and showed the guy the computer screen that we used to put the cartoons on for the, what's DCs, I don't know. Sitting at the place the TV would. Spelling and grammar's not an important thing on Mumsnet, it appears. We've never had another visit ever after. I mean, one visit in 15 years not paying isn't bad. I mean, I'm 10 years now, I've had 2 visits, but I haven't had a visit in 6 years. Probably due one by now, but yeah, I hope not. But yeah, one visit, nothing to be scared about. You were naive to let them in. If you do get a visit, I mean, if you cancel the licence fee because you don't need the service, you can't live in fear of a goon knocking on your door demanding money with menaces. It's wrong, isn't it? You're not doing anything wrong. So just stick to the rules. It's ridiculous that you have to stick to those rules, but you open the door, say, who are you? I'm for TV licensing. No thanks, shut the door, goodbye. It's ridiculous that you have to be doing that and thinking about doing that when you're not doing anything wrong. You're just not paying for a service you don't require. And that's how they sell so many licenses. It's fear, isn't it? I've never paid it, never ever would. I pay it. I watch lots of live TV and enjoy BBC content. Good for you. Good for you. If that's your thing, pay it. It's fine. Yes, even though I'm a resident in the US for large chunks of the year, I love the BBC and really enjoy their programmes when I'm back in the UK. The only thing that does annoy me is not being able to get iPlayer over here. I think if I've paid for the licence, I ought to be able to get access to iPlayer even here. So large chunks of the year, you're not even in the country, but you're still continually paying for them. I don't know. I mean, if I don't pay for Netflix in a minute, but let's say I had a Netflix subscription and I was going away for 6 months where I couldn't watch Netflix. I'd cancel it and then reinstate it when I get back. Try doing that with a licence fee, see how that works out for you. Absolute nightmare to try and sort out, that would be. But yeah, again, there's a fair point there, isn't there? You know, he's a licence fee payer, or well, I don't know if it's a he. They're a licence fee payer, and they're out of the country, and they can't access a service that they pay for when being outside of the country. Yeah, I get it. I get it. You can use a VPN. Some VPNs work. Some of the cheap VPNs don't. But some of the better VPNs, won't name names because I don't want to promote them. But yeah, no, I've spent a lot of time in Spain, didn't I, over the last few years. And people aren't struggling to access iPlayer without paying a licence fee over there, that's for sure. When a benefit cap came in, I got rid of it and haven't had it back since, even when my circumstances changed. I realised I was only watching it for Holby City and Doctor Who anyway. And Holby City been cancelled now, and Doctor Who only comes around once in a blue moon. So yeah, if that is literally all you were watching on broadcast TV, because it's not just BBC. I haven't seen a lot of this. Some people are talking about live TV in it, but some people just assume that the licence fee is for the BBC. That's how it's marketed, right? They don't need to pay it. So this person here, Sword to Flamethrower, could very well still be watching stuff on other channels live without paying the licence fee and not realising they're doing anything wrong. I do. I don't watch a huge amount of live content, but I do listen to Radio 2 and 4 most of the day. I know you don't have to pay to listen, but how is it paid for if everyone stops? It's not your problem, is it? If you're happy to pay for it because you listen to a lot of radio, that's okay. You know, it's no different than having a subscription, is it? And if you're happy to do that, I'm happy for you. But you don't have to pay it to listen to the radio. And if everyone stops and they can't fund BBC Radio, that's BBC's problem. They should start having adverts, shouldn't they? Yes, I resent the out of it though. BBC should be subscription like other services. Those who worship at its feet can pay and watch it, and those of us who don't watch BBC content but do watch other live TV sometimes can carry on without it. Every time I've given my opinion on here about the BBC, I've been set upon by posters getting very angry with me because I think the BBC is neither impartial nor the envy of the world, so I can say, just don't bother, you'll be wasting your time, I don't care. Heard it all, my opinion remains the same. Well, my opinion remains the same as that as well. Well, but I don't know if it should be a subscription. I just don't understand why they can't just show ads. All other channels manage to fund themselves by showing ads. Why can't the BBC just show ads? I've never understood it. But yeah, fair point. They're not impartial. They are biased. And you shouldn't fund them directly. If the Labour Party get into government, the TV licence will probably stay the same as it is now, but the Conservatives are more likely to change it when it comes up for renewal in 27. That's an interesting point. I don't know about that. I reckon it's a tough one, isn't it? Because they need the BBC to get elected. Coverage from the BBC and preferential coverage from the BBC can get you elected. So there could be... I'm not putting my tinfoil hat on, but you don't bite the hand that feeds you, do you? That's all I'm saying. I don't know. I haven't heard a lot of talk about it. The Conservatives are still talking about alternative funding models, which means it's just going to end up on your council tax bill or on your broadband bill, or be a direct tax. I haven't heard a lot of talk about Labour from it. So I don't know. If you want to read this whole thread, there's some quite interesting ones on here, but I could do like a 3-hour video on this, which no one's going to watch, are they? Have a look. I'll put the link to this down below. Pop over and have a look and leave your own comment. What do you think about this? What's your thoughts on it? Is this how normal people think about the licence fee? And I find reading these forums quite interesting, because like when I read my comments, we're all on the same team, aren't we? It's good to read comments from normal people who don't know all the rules, don't know everything about it, to see their thoughts on it. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Anyway, down in the comments below. While you're down there, press all the buttons and all of that stuff, I always say. Because if you do that, hopefully I'll get to see you in another video again soon, won't I? Ta-da.